What's going on, guys? Give me a second.
A new severe
2 more
thunderstorm
seconds.
warning has been
Just getting on
issued.
stream. All right. Give me a second. All right, can you guys hear me okay? You guys hear me all right? Sorry, complications. Complications. You guys hear me? Check, check. Make sure everyone can hear me. Yeah, sorry, sorry, I was trying to get in. Does everything sound okay on your guys' side? I've been making some changes, so. Check, 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 check. I might even be a little bit loud. Check, 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 check. I think we're good. Okay, cool. Sorry, yeah, putting my son to sleep. A lot of stuff going on, but here we are. Trying to stop being late. It's a little difficult. Let's take a look at what's going on real quick. And let's get that be right back thing off my screen. Okay, be gone. There we go. We got one tornado warning. Let's just go over this really quickly, and then I got to do something, then I'm going to answer all your questions. NTX, Brandon, I appreciate you. Oh, Brandon, I have to mod you. I guess I'll remember to do that tonight. Because now I can't do it now that I'm on stream. Which is annoying. Here we go. Let's just take a quick look at this. There we go. Reflectivity. Or velocity, sorry. Yeah, you know, it's not looking too crazy right now, but we may still have something on the ground there. We definitely had a little bit more. If we pull this back here, we definitely had a little bit of something here potentially. Little couplet moving over Sterling. Although looking at this now, maybe starting to fall apart, which is a good thing. I'd still, if you're in Fleming, Haxton, I would still act as if this thing's on the ground doing damage. It very well could be. Down here to the south, 60 mile per hour winds, almost 2-inch hail. This is concerning. The larger hail you have, the stronger updrafts you have. They just go hand in hand with each other. Strong updrafts, if you have enough vorticity, helicity, all the spinny stuff, all the spinny ingredients down here will, push this back down a little bit, will, yeah, you can get those, why can't I think of the word, guys? Parallel, spinning columns bear, tilted up. tornado. There you go. So let's take a look at this one. Let's look at the velocities on this one as well. Let's take a look at the velocities on this one as well. Nothing too crazy. We're not seeing any sort of little couplet in there. So, oops, I had that turned off. I appreciate the sub. I appreciate the sub, Weather drops. I got to change what that visual is. It actually is changed. It shouldn't look like that, but that's fine. I've had bigger problems. We got, let's see, severe thunderstorm warning, 60-mile-per-hour winds. These are your average severe. When I say average severe thunderstorm warnings, I mean 60-mile-per-hour gusts in hail. Likely not going to, very low chances of harming anyone. Could do some damage. Could knock some tree limbs down. Could knock the power out. Probably don't want to be getting hit by hail outside. But, those aren't ones that I'm overly concerned about, but we still want to watch them because they can develop into dangerous severe thunderstorm warnings. And sometimes the radar isn't reading them correctly. These are all those classic 60-mile-per-hour gusts possible, inch hail possible out here, moving east in Oklahoma. Now, what we did see on the models, guys, and I'm going to get to answering all of your questions, I promise, just here in a little bit here, pretty quickly. We did see this consolidating, and as it consolidates into this MCS, mesoscale convective system, we're going to get some strong winds out here. Now, this could be, it's a little bit broken up, a little bit more broken up than it looked like in the models. You can actually see what's kind of cool on weather-wise. You can look at this. You see this line out ahead of the squall line? Can you guys see that? Let me zoom in. You can see what these downdrafts are bursting out the wind ahead of it. Let me actually pause this so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay. Do you guys see this line here? This line right here out ahead of the storm? Do you see that? You've got updrafts, right? And then you've got strong downdrafts. This is why if you guys have ever been outside and the sky is dark, but you don't feel any wind, suddenly you feel a big burst of wind, it's always going to rain within 3 to 4 minutes of that big burst of wind. Maybe 10 minutes, but usually it's 3 to 4 minutes. Downdrafts, which are throwing all this rain at the surface, it hits and it bursts that energy out ahead of it.
New information. This flash flood warning has been updated.
Am I loud? Am I too loud? I had turned it up for a earlier stream. Let me know if I'm too loud. But yes, this is. I'll talk about everything. This is basically, you can see how strong these winds are with this line out ahead of the storm. It's actually pretty impressive looking with this one. So not surprised we have these thunderstorm warnings lined up and down it. Let me quickly take a look at these. We're doing good. Let me just double check the tornado, and then I'm going to start answering all your questions. Does look like it's falling apart again. Fleming, Haxton, I'd be in a safe spot. St. Petersburg up there in northeastern Colorado. All right. Let's get some questions in here. Just hold up one more moment. Let me do one thing before I start answering all the questions. Before I forget. Sorry, guys. Oh, look at Matt's online. Nice. Before I forget, let's go into here, and let's do this. When was this? Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, that should be good. Why is this giving me issues? Save. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Chat, what's going on? Talk to me. What's going on? Talk to me. How's Wichita, Kansas looking? Not bad. Not bad. Let's go to the radar a little farther up there to the north.
Thunderstorm warnings.
Severe thunderstorm warning. That is in Nebraska, Phillips, or Kansas, Phillips. Oh, it's Kansas and Nebraska, the border. You guys could see it. Wichita, we do have some strong storms out to your west. Not as crazy as what's going on down to your south. These could develop, and again, we could see some decent winds moving through Wichita. Not the most dangerous part of the storm right now, which is good.
Thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Right there. That's in Oklahoma. These are just extending. Like I said, your classic severe thunderstorm warnings. No, I don't believe we have any sort of PDS or anything like that right now, guys. This tornado warning, I think, is going to expire. 3 minutes on it. But if it doesn't, we're going to go back there and cover it. You can see here, I'm not seeing any sort of PDS, anything over 60 mile per hour gusts. So this is good. Let's see here. Is there storm? YouTube, don't worry. I'm coming over to you right now to answer questions. Is there storm at Connecticut? Because is there a storm at Connecticut? I don't think there's anything going on up there, is there? I don't think this weekend it could get a little spicy up there. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll have to watch up there in the Northeast. We could get a little bit of severe weather. I think I might have a little bit less of lag on YouTube because I'm doing low latency. Let's test that out. Okay, could be louder. What's going on, Blondie? What's going on, Blondie? How did you get automatic weather alerts? There's different overlays you can use. I use Atmospheric X. It's a little bit complicated. Honestly, I don't even know how to describe it. My brother's a software engineer and got it on my computer. It's kind of complicated. You can look it up, Atmospheric X. Okay. No, you're not too loud. My volume is... Okay, cool. What's going on, Tornado Explorer? From Evan Channel. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Welcome. Frequent viewer there. Amazing to hear your work with them. Yep, I'm excited, man. I'm really excited. Keep an eye. Keep an eye on the crud. Headed my way later. I will, Ian. I will. Let's see here. Who's this guy? What's going on, Evan? What's going on, Evan? We got Evan in chat. If you guys don't know Evan Freiberger on YouTube. Great guy. I'll be working with him a little bit. He has an awesome channel on here as well. A little bit more subscribers than me, but I'm sure I'll pass him next week. Just a few more. Your lag is less than it was last night. Okay, good. Yeah, I put it on low latency. I don't know why I haven't been doing that. We can thank Evan for that. How'd you get those alerts on Discord? It's a bot. It's called NWS Bot, and you can just go download it and boom, link it to your Discord. And yeah, so that's why we get SBC updates, NHC updates, CPC updates, all the C updates we get right as they come out. Tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, notified right away. What about in Kearney, Nebraska? We can go take a look at that. Am I spelling it right? I'm probably not. We got Kearney. Kearney, Nebraska. Ooh, okay. Look at that. That's why I like the MRMS sometimes. So we got a nice thick-looking MCS up here. Look at that bad boy. I am shocked. Not going to lie, I'm shocked we got no severe thunderstorm warnings up here. We did have one earlier. You can actually see... You can see this right here. You can see the wind blowing out. You can see that downdraft pushing out, kind of an outflow boundary here out ahead of this storm. So I actually think within the next 10 minutes, I'll make a bet that we're probably going to get something up here. You didn't have that before, and now we're starting to see this a little bit of a gust out ahead of this. So that'll be interesting to see how that develops. Just went to sub to Evan myself. Nice. Yeah, you'll like his stuff. We're pretty much the same person. I'm a little bit better looking, but no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not kidding. Good to see you. I appreciate the sub, Evan. Let's go. Okay. No, it's not you. I'm messing around. We're both like hard sevens, I think. Yali, I appreciate you. Jess, I appreciate you. Hard 7. I don't know. Now that I'm in my 30s, maybe I'm a soft 7.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
New severe thunderstorm warning. Again, taking a look at these guys. Did they extend this tornado warning? I don't believe so.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
I don't believe so. Let me pause this and let's take a look. Thunderstorm warning dropped off. These are all 60 mile per hour. We don't have any considerable severe thunderstorm warnings right now. It's literally all inch hail, 60 mile per hour gusts possible. Not fun, but not the scariest of severe weather. Obviously, I just wouldn't want to be caught outside in this stuff. Brandon, I appreciate the sub. Shout out, Brandon. Connor, can you check the climate reanalyzer, please? Eden, you love the climate reanalyzer. I'm better at golf, though. Facts. Evan is definitely better at golf. Maybe we'll be able to have a competition one day and see, but I'll probably lose. That is important. I'm not going to lie. I mean, we could take a look. I mean, what do you want me to look at on the climate reanalyzer, Eden? How hot the Gulf is? Second hottest in recorded history. I can tell you that. We were looking at it yesterday. I don't know, Evan, have you seen that? The climate reanalyzer? Oh my gosh, in the Gulf. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Let's just pull it up. Daily surface air temperature, sea surface temperature. Let's go to the Gulf. Still says Gulf of Mexico in here. Look at that. We'll just push over here. Guys. Yeah. Yeah, that's warm. That's warm. Here's our average over the last 50 to 70 years. Here we are up here. Like, you know what I mean? Where you going, buddy? Let's take it down a notch. Second hottest, at least in the last 50 years. So we're trying to compete with last year. Hey, maybe we'll beat last year. Hopefully not. That wouldn't be good for hurricane season. But definitely something interesting to look at. What's the temps like in the Arctic? I use a reanalyzer for monitoring the Arctic. That's a good question. We can take a look at that. Is it going to show me subpolar North Atlantic? Let me look at that. Oh. I mean, this isn't too bad. This isn't like directly over the Arctic, but this is where we're looking at on the map. Average. It's average right now. But again, I think what's happening here is you could see we've been above average the whole time. It's probably doing something like this. If I'm like, you can read the trend. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah. Can you see if there's a ridge building in the Gulf of Mexico? Well, okay. Well, okay. You know what? Eden always coming with the questions. Really quickly, I'll just take a look at the euro. What's going on with our trough? We got a short wave trough down there that's going to help. That's going to continue to eject off into the east tomorrow. We've got our jet stream up there to the north, having some fun. You know, we still have somewhat of a high pressure down here. Spinning around over and around Florida. So, they actually have some decent storms moving through. We actually have a low pressure down there. Sorry, guys. I'm a dummy. We're going to get a little bit of this. We're going to get this convection moisture that's been moving through the Gulf over the last 48 to 72 hours is going to bring the temperatures down a little bit. We're going to have that evaporation and what's the word I'm looking for? Chat. I talk about it every single day. Upwelling. So hopefully that helps to cool the Gulf a little bit. It's not going to help much though. And then I'm telling you, if you've looked at the composites moving forward, I think Northern Plains and Upper Midwest, we're gonna get spicy into the second week of June with some severe weather. All right, let's get back really quick and take a look at what's going on live. There are auroras in Michigan right now. Nice. Didn't really see any last night, and I'm in PA. Yeah. Let's see here. Hello from Okeechobee Beach, Florida. Florida, that's my stomping grounds. That is my stomping grounds. Grew up in South Florida near Fort Lauderdale. Went to Florida State University for meteorology for 3 years. And then I lived in Orlando for about 4 years. So all over the state. Dated someone in Tampa. Got family in Jacksonville. My sisters are in school in Cape Coral, where's Naples right now. So, yeah, very familiar with the state. I got to come to Wisconsin. My wife's from Minnesota. We're Minnesotan people. No offense to Wisconsin, but if we're gonna freeze our butts off, we're gonna freeze our butts off in the state over Minnesota. You went to the University of Florida. Both my parents went to the University of Florida and graduated there, and I went to FSU. No regrets. I was there in 2013 when we won the national championship, and they were heartbroken, and I wasn't. I laughed a lot. Connor, will the Gulf of Mexico temps beat 2024 previous record? I don't think so. Not at the rate they're going, but they may elevate over it a couple times. Again, guys, if you have any questions about the severe weather that's going on, just let me know. We have no significant severe thunderstorm warnings. We do have these 60-mile-per-hour gusts, inch hail, up and down. I mean, really from the panhandle of Texas all the way up into around central to northern Nebraska. This stuff is moving off to the east. We're kind of going to have these two collide here in a little bit. Let me actually show you over
New
here on the
information. This flash flood warning has been
All right,
updated.
we're gonna have, you know, these two potentially clash up here in northern Kansas, southern Nebraska overnight. And like I said, actually I wasn't on earlier. That was a different stream. Sioux City, Omaha, Kansas City, all the way down through here. This is going to be a 2 to 3 a.m. type of event. We could get some strong winds, hail, maybe a tornado or two. Not super high tornado chances. Tomorrow could look a little bit more spicy. I just want to show you guys this real quick before. I know there was a little lull in questions there. If we take a look at our 00ZH for tomorrow. A lot of you may think, okay, we got our severe weather tonight down in Oklahoma, eastern Kansas. We're good for tomorrow. It's going to be a second round. Here you go. You got your low pressure spinning off here. And this is going to bring you round 2 tomorrow. There we go. Boom. Big QLCS setup. Could definitely have some tornadoes embedded in there. I believe we do have a pretty large, not high risk, but a large tor. I think it's stretching pretty far tomorrow. Let's take a look. Yep, there it is. So this will include a lot of Oklahoma again, potentially really more eastern Kansas, potentially eastern Nebraska through Iowa and all that type of stuff. So that is going to be very interesting. This is going to be a very interesting setup, and we could even get some severe weather up there into portions of Wisconsin, over towards Illinois, and you guys can see what's happening here. This is pushing off east, so this is going to be also this is an interesting look as well. We'll have to see. Let me get back to weather-wise. What's up, Connor? Been watching your stream since the first New Jersey snowstorm this year. That's awesome. What's going on, dude? Chicago, yeah, like I said, Chicago, we could see some stuff. I believe it's tomorrow evening. Tomorrow going to be a doozy for the Midwest? Possibly. Morgan, shout out to Morgan for the sub. I appreciate you. Remember, if you are a sub on TikTok or a member on YouTube, you do get access to the Discord. Lots of weather enthusiasts in there. I'm in that every single morning. I update it. Take about an hour and a half, and I update the Discord with all the latest news that's going on there. So we got a good team, building a good team, great community. So you do get access to jump in there. You just got to link your YouTube or your YouTube or TikTok to Discord. What's the 500 millibar geopotential height? Can we check it? Eden. Eden. Give me a second. Yep. Connor's Climate Corner HQ. That's the Discord. College at Florida with Tim Tebow. You graduated with him? That's pretty cool. Kansas City tomorrow? Yeah, we can take a look at that. I'll pull this back up real quick just so I can show you the timing. Here we go. Kansas City. You get a little bit of spice tonight at around 2 a.m. Central Time. And then here we go. 8 a.m., maybe another round. This is likely going to be some high winds and some soaking rains. I don't think it's going to be too severe in the morning, but I would still say to be aware of what's going on. Maybe check, see if you got any warnings or watches or warnings in the morning. And then here we go. As we get into the early afternoon, we'll see where this line sets up. But if this line sets up just to the northwest of you, you could be the first city that in Wichita that gets that severe weather tomorrow early afternoon. So it all depends. We're gonna get some daytime heating, and this thing's gonna want to flare up here. So we'll have to see where. It looks like the worst of it may not start getting itself together until east of Kansas City, but it's gonna be a close one. We could have some pretty bad severe weather late morning and into the early afternoon tomorrow. Pam is in the house. What's going on, Pam? Hey-o. Connor, I'm your favorite YouTuber. I love watching your videos. I appreciate that, Eden. I know the cheese in Wisconsin is a thing. Is a thing. I have a cousin who lives in Wisconsin. I do. MVP Pam. Appreciate the follow, babe. NTX Pam, I appreciate you guys. We're at 125 subs. Hi Connor, I'm from Evan's channel. Your stream is great, definitely more laid back. Yeah. That's trying to make it a vibe, you know what I mean? I think it can help with some of the storm anxiety. We'll cover everything, but we'll in a chill, constructive manner. Again, just to remind you guys, like I said, got a good amount of, not really a good amount. We've got, what do we got? 15 severe thunderstorm warnings. This is including flash flood. We've got like 9. They're your 60-mile-per-hour gust, inch hail. So they're your average severe thunderstorm warnings. Don't want to be caught outside in any of these guys. You can see pushing up through western Oklahoma, up into north central Oklahoma, south central, just off to the southwest, Wichita, Kansas, and out to the west of Arkansas City, Kansas. Not too dangerous, but just understand what's coming your way. We're going to see if any of these, get amplified as they continue to move off to the east. Up here to the north, too, you can see this storm here moving out to the east towards Franklin and Alma, Nebraska. We got a severe thunderstorm warning out here. That's 60 mile per hour. This is a 2-inch hailstorm. So, like I said, hail is directly related to updrafts. Stronger updrafts, bigger hail you can get. So I always like to check the velocity on larger hail storms, because if we have any rotation with 2-inch hail, we could probably get a tilt on that column of air, and we could get a tornado out of it. So not my favorite looking. The reflectivity is doing a weird thing too, but yeah, this is like, God, this storm looks like it's crawling. How fast is this thing moving? 15 miles per hour. It looks like it's moving 5 miles per hour. All right, but we're not looking too scary on this one. Brush, hill rows, I'd pay attention to that. It's moving in a weird direction off to the northwest, I believe it said. So overall, we're looking pretty good tonight, guys, compared to what we could have gotten. We try to have some fun while dealing with serious weather. Exactly. I will always make sure you are updated, but I'm not gonna freak you out. In Kearney, Nebraska, how is their storms moving north and some moving south? Great question. It's not super common. But it happens sometimes, and it's happening right now because, let's go here. Let's go back to our national radar.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
You know what? I'm actually going to show you it in this way. Let me do this. This is going to be a better way for you guys to see what's going on. I love the look of Wendy's satellite. So, oh man, I'm going to have to, I can't really bring it too far back in time, actually. Okay, that's fine. We'll go back, and I'll explain to you really quickly. It'll take about 2 seconds. So here's what's going on.
New information.
Flash flood warning.
This flash flood warning has
Nebraska.
been updated.
Here's what's going on, and let's put this into. We can do like 100 frames so you guys can see this a little bit better. Give it a second to load. There's a spin down here. Here's your low pressure. This is coming off from, this is what we call a shortwave trough, moving from the southwest up to the northeast, right? So this is its own, this is actually, I believe, the remnants, I may be wrong, but I believe this is actually the remnants of Alvin, our first tropical storm in the eastern Pacific, and it's heading off here. This is our low pressure from that. And then we got a trough, kind of your jet stream, dig it in from the northwest. So instead of this being kind of one system, sometimes we have big troughs, dive down from the northwest, and your whole kind of setup is one storm, one upper level low, whatever you want to call it. But we've got two. We've got this kind of low from the north, and we've got this shortwave trough from the south. And these are kind of going to collide along the Kansas-Nebraska border, and we're going to have a little bit of the battle of the outflow boundaries, stuff like that tonight. Neither, our 500 to 850 millibar winds aren't going crazy. We're not getting an insane dry line or anything like that. So again, this could have been much worse. Our jet stream up to the north has actually really downtrended over the last 5 to 6 days. This looked like a really, really bad couple days. Still could be decent tomorrow, but this is pretty good.
This flash flood warning has been updated.
The potential on this was a little bit scarier before. I could have actually just showed you this. It would have worked way better to show you what's going on in Pivotal. Yeah, definitely could have been worse than NCX. Appreciate that, Blondie. Spam, but it's a compliment. I was able to warn a friend about the tornado warning yesterday because of Connor. Oh, that's awesome, Leanne. I love it here because Connor talks about the different conditions that impact our weather and helps because knowledge is power. Yes, yeah, I like doing a little bit of the learning. Yeehaw, ride him, cowboy. Yali, I appreciate the cowboy hat. Guys, that's what I have to do every time Yali gives me a cowboy hat. I really have no choice. I have no choice. That's what I signed up for. Cheney, Kansas. Alvin got absorbed by the cutoff low. Yeah, Alvin got shredded to pieces like in a cheese shredder by shear. Cheney, Kansas. Sure, I'll take a look there. Am I spelling this wrong? Probably. I spell everything wrong. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you guys are right there. So, some strong. You can actually see, and I was talking about this a little bit earlier. See this line right here? You've got downdrafts. Oh, stop it. Stop all that. Oh, we're not going to delete this now, huh? Weird. Okay. Look, I'm hitting the delete button. No delete. Interesting. I guess, guys, we're just going to let that, line stay there. Oh, there we go. You can see this line right out ahead of the squall line. It's because you got strong downdrafts here, and this is kind of like a gust front pushing out to the east. So I could see a severe thunderstorm warning being put up a little bit north to include Cheney. Right now, to include Cheney, Kansas. Right now, I think you guys are doing fine. Again, this one to the south is just at 60-mile-per-hour gusts, small hail. So you're going to get a little bit of wind, maybe some small hail, but even taking a look at the velocities, you can see the velocities are a little bit higher down here to the south. But it's going to get gusty. It's going to get gusty in Cheney. I wouldn't be surprised if someone out here loses some power.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that. Evan, does that happen to you too? Can one of my mods take care of that on YouTube? Yeah, if I have any mods on YouTube. I need a mod. I need to add some more mods to my YouTube, but for some reason, it's not letting me do it on my end. Because usually I can just straight up ban from the channel. The bulk of my mods are on TikTok, but that's gonna change. Probably like tomorrow. Let everyone know that Wichita Falls and Oklahoma weather radios will be offline tomorrow. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Yeah, Evan, does that like weird? Does that happen to you guys? Where they like get your chat and they? No, that happens on mine sometimes. Where they take something someone says and then they post it a million times. When you came, I'm here. Yeah, I think I needed to do it before stream. I'll make sure I get all my YouTube mods updated right after stream. I have some, but I have more I can add now. Not all Oklahoma. Whoa. Pam, I appreciate you. Pam just said Sage's Venture. Wow. Pam, I appreciate you. Shout out, Pam. Real MVP. Thank you, Pam. It happens to Reed a lot. I see that. Yeah. Well, on Reeds, they make, the chat pictures and stuff. And yeah, I've seen Reeds. It's pretty bad. Every now and then. Okay, sorry. Let's take a look at what's going on, guys. Not much has changed. Just some. Actually, a lot of these severe thunderstorm warnings have dropped off. Do we have a severe thunderstorm warning over here in Las Vegas right now? Look at that. Interesting. Just move it just east of the city. There's nothing out here. Literally nothing. Nothing. Desert. But still. Meadview, Boulder City, maybe could get involved in that. You don't see that every day. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice little cell moving just out to the east of Vegas. I think Blondie Karate chops them in the throat before they even think about spamming Evan's chat. They can feel Blondie's deadly stare. That's funny. Yeah, I'm going to make a big push, by the way, for my people on the TikTok side. I'm going to make a big push to really start just doing, to have my lives focused over on YouTube. But just so many issues with TikTok, if I'm being honest. Well, my community, my viewers know, I probably complain about TikTok 3 times 3 times a day, 3 times a stream. But yeah, that's gonna be the goal, to just get over, really focus on YouTube. So I'm more of a gut punch. Let's take a look at how this is progressing. Still got a severe thunderstorm warning. Yes, severe thunderstorm moving up to the northeast towards New Cordell, Burns Flat, Clinton, Oklahoma. Thunderstorm watch updated. They're just probably pushing that off to the east. We've got these, you know, again, this is just, you can see the gust front here too. So strong winds here. Strong winds here. Moving off to the east, Pond Creek, Caldwell, Wellington, up towards Derby, Wichita area. And again, I'm a little bit surprised.
This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
I'm a little bit surprised we don't got more. I mean, look at this. Evan, what are your thoughts? Got some okay velocities, even if this isn't a very impressive couplet, but a little bit surprised that we don't have much going on here. I don't know if you're still in the stream, but if you are. Anything for Central Kansas? Haze, let's see. Yeah, you got some. I mean, these are more like rain showers. Let me actually switch radars. Yeah, these are just rain showers. Shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, you should be good there. You're gonna get some rain, but right now it's not looking like much. Behind outflow, couplet is likely contaminated. Yeah, probably. Let me push back up to that. Where were we? Yeah, we were up here. Yeah. Yeah, this is all contaminated in here probably. It's right on the edge, but I guess we'll see what happens here. Again, I'm not seeing anything too impressive out here velocity-wise. You can see a little bit down here, but not too bad. We can definitely see that down here as well. Grand Island, Nebraska. Em, I appreciate the sub. Is that my Emily? I feel like it is. Sorry, Grand Island, Nebraska. Yeah, you know, we'll see what happens with these storms. We'll see what happens with these storms to the north. I think we're probably going to end up getting some severe thunderstorm warnings tonight out here. Not going to guarantee you, but we do have these two systems colliding up here, so we could get a little bit of kind of enhanced action with these thunderstorms here. So again, we're not expecting anything too crazy, but Han, I appreciate the sub. I may have to turn, I don't know how loud that is to you guys, but it's super loud to me. That's something I may have to turn down. Let me know. Nothing in OKC area, or is it working that way? It is working that way. It is working that way. So you can see these storms out to your west. I can, if I go on Radar Omega, I can actually kind of, you can see the timing of it, which is kind of, well, you could probably do it on there too. I just don't know how to do it on there. So we can kind of look at the timing out here. Let's take a look at it. What's our storm speed out here? We're looking at about 30 miles per hour. All right, so let's just do one of these. Let's just do one of these for fun. When do we get into OKC tonight? I mean, the HRRR would tell us, but yeah, 160 minutes. Okay, so like 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. What time is it out there? 10. So 11, 12, maybe around 12:31. Yeah, that matches up. Probably closer to 1. Because these aren't moving perfectly east. They're moving a little bit to the northeast. So we have been seeing some strong winds along this line. So yeah, you can see they're not moving perfectly to the east. These are moving up and east. So it's going to take a little bit longer than that. Could even be as late as 2. Northeast Colorado. There was a severe thunderstorm up here. the severe thunderstorm warning. We do still have some decent looking thunderstorms, especially right here, just to the southwest of Brush. You can see some high cloud tops there. So yeah, northeast, nothing super threatening on the radar right now, but we'll keep our eye on there. Not quite out of the water yet. How's Wichita looking? Where were we? Here we are. Again, yeah, I think we just talked about Wichita. Some strong to severe thunderstorms out here. You can see that gust front. We'll see if they had a severe thunderstorm warning here. You guys are probably going to get some pretty gusty conditions, some really strong, heavy downpours tonight. Not looking super dangerous right now, but we're going to be watching that line as it moves to the east. News said between 12 and 1. Okay, well, then that makes sense. Yeah. The Hannah test has commenced. Moment of truth. What are your thoughts for tomorrow for Wolf City, Texas? Let's take a look.
New information. This flash flood warning has been updated.
Wolf City, Texas. Well, okay, let's take a look. Let's just go into the HRRR. Oops. That's going to where 00Z run. I do like, actually, if I'm actually really trying to give an opinion on what's happening, I do like to use pivotal weather so I can actually look at, instability and our shear, dew point, temperature, updraft potential, all the good stuff. Based on the HRRR, what do you guys? That was Wolf City, right? Wolf City, Texas. Well, with our latest information, you got a nice little squall line headed through there around 1 a.m. That's going to be on Wednesday. So this is going to be a very, very late evening, potentially early morning event for you guys. It looks pretty good. I mean, this is definitely going to be coming with strong winds and some potentially decent hail. You can almost guarantee that. Tornado risk, we'll have to see about that. I mean, I can pull this up on Pivotal real quick. I do want to actually see what's going on down there in Texas tomorrow. If we go into, let's get into our 00Z. Let's actually look at SIGTOR. I haven't looked at any SIGTOR parameters in a while.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
All right. A little bit of SIGTOR down there in Texas. A little bit of SIGTOR down there in Texas. Kind of falls off, though, as we get into around that time frame. It looks like that tornado threat is going to start to diminish right before these storms potentially move into the Dallas-Fort Worth region, which would be nice.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
A little bit of a possible cap as well. Yeah, some inhibition. So hopefully the HRRR is right. It's wrong all the time. But hopefully it's right. It does actually, let me look at the NAM3K as well. NAM3K also wants, that significant tornado potential to fall off a little bit before it gets out there. We're probably going to have some decent surface-based cape out in that region, though. Look at that. Look at that. Wednesday. Not too bad. Not too bad. Probably some gusty conditions, maybe some small hail as we get into the late evening, early morning hours of Wednesday. Brandon, I appreciate the sub. Not too bad. All right. Besides, I snuck over to see Evan today. Oh my God, are you guys cheating on me? I'm just kidding. We're going to start catching each other. We're going to start catching our community in the other stream. I was coming by to welcome you to the... I appreciate that. Look forward to y'all's coverage together. So do I. So do I. Don't you go cheat, guys. Stay loyal. I'm just kidding. 20 people. Woohoo, yellow rays. Yeah, wow, look at that. Yeah, I mean, listen, I sometimes I max out at 12 over on YouTube. My live stream over on TikTok is actually a little bit low tonight. I mean, what am I at? Like 100? Not even. I mean, it's not the most amazing, not the most active event going on tonight, but we all know what happens over hurricane season. Did you talk about tomorrow already? I did a little bit. We can talk about it again. Byers, Colorado is going to be possibly for a tornado. What we were looking up here. Was this what we were looking up? That was Brush. I'll go over tomorrow. Byers, Colorado. You guys are looking good. You guys are looking good. You guys are fine. Definitely slow here tonight, yeah. Let's see here. KC overnight. Yeah, you know, we were looking at that. Kansas City. So here's what's happening with Kansas City. This is probably not going to be too severe. Most likely going to be more thunder showers. Not saying it couldn't be severe, but likely more thunder showers instead of, thunder showers instead of thunderstorms. We'll see what happens here. Could get a little spicy out here as we get into around 11 a.m. tomorrow. Late afternoon, early morning. Things get a little bit sketchy around Kansas City, so we'll have to watch that. Double, I appreciate the sub. Thank you, guys. This is probably the most subs I've ever gotten on stream on YouTube, believe it or not. No, that's sad, but hopefully that'll change. Yeah, Kansas City tomorrow, late afternoon, early evening. Late morning, late morning, early afternoon. Whoa, I need a Red Bull after that one. Which is weird. Usually watching late afternoon, evening hours, but it's gonna be a little bit different of timing. So, yeah, we'll have to watch that closely. I'll probably be able to be on for that. I'll probably be on that, covering that. So, as that's forming, Omaha tonight. What's your Twitch again? I'm never on it. Are you asking me? I actually don't have a Twitch. That's the one thing I don't have. I don't know if I can like triple multi-stream. I haven't gotten there yet. Cheating? Who's cheating? Yeah, Leon, you're the best. And we will talk about tomorrow, guys. Yeah, someone asked Omaha tonight. Here we go. Some thunder showers moving in. Not looking crazy severe. And again, we'll see tomorrow where this line sets up. Omaha, I'm not super concerned about. Maybe some strong winds, small hail. Not overly concerned. Let's see. What did they do with our remaining tour risks today? They're keeping that up to the northwest of Omaha. We'll watch overnight and see what happens here up in Omaha. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m. So maybe 2 to 6 a.m. It's going to be some bad weather moving through. Not expected to be severe. Expected to be strong, not severe. But, it could be close. So I would definitely sleep with some weather alerts on there. This is early June, and you are in the plains. Believe it or not, if you didn't know. My brother's probably a 7. Yeah. Well, my cousin works for Red Bull, and I get sent every month like 200 Red Bulls, packets of 200 of these, whatever flavor I want, even like the new ones. So I have like 300 right there. I was just talking to her today. I was like, hey, what new flavors are out? Can you send me some new ones? And I have a Red Bull fridge right here too. I don't know if you guys can see it, but Red Bull fridge right here too. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Whatever. Get off my back, guys. You know what I mean? Could be doing drugs every chat. Just Red Bull. Casey, you in the back. Thank you for raising your hand. Casey, you in the back. And I keep saying we're going to go over tomorrow. We will go over tomorrow. I promise. We're going to go over that just now here in a second. I'll answer Casey, and we'll just do a quick update on tomorrow, and I'll keep answering your guys' questions. This cheat is making me hugely sad. Casey, okay, can I ask about Wednesday? You know what, guys? I'm going to switch over to Pivotal real quick, and we're going to talk about tomorrow and Wednesday. Just because I can use some more models over there. It's a little bit easier for me to explain this stuff. Again, in case anyone's worried, we just have our general thunderstorms. Thunderstorm warnings right now, 60+ mile per hour gusts and some small hail. No tornado warnings. We looked at a lot of the velocities in the area because, sometimes they're not caught. I don't see anything too concerning, but we'll keep watching it. All right, tomorrow. First, we're going to take a look. Here's our day 2. Let's go back here. Here's our day 2 categorical. Big slight. I'm from the future, and we're going to get an enhanced right here. All right. Clip it. No, I'm just kidding. Well, clip it. We'll see. 4-panel, no sig, nothing significant. These things always change on day 1. We might get a significant for hail or wind. And we've gone over the models a couple times for that. Going into day 3, I think this is going to go slight up here. I think we're going to go slight up here based on what I saw at the late stage Triple R. At least I'll have to look at the NAM 3K Rufus and stuff like that. But I think we're going to go slight. And again, the weekend looks a little bit spicy up here, Friday, Saturday. Let's just go through the model. We'll look at the Rufus. Sometimes the Rufus shows worst possible case scenario. So if it looks crazy, don't get too nervous. Because the Rufus can be very aggressive, to say the least. Let me take a look at the Rufus here. Here we go. Here's our storms slamming together tonight, as we talked about earlier. And then kind of just combining, moving off to the east. We get into tomorrow.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
What am I doing, guys? We get into tomorrow and things get very interesting down here. I think I circled the right spot based on what I'm seeing on the Rufus. Look at this right here tomorrow, guys. I think that was a good call. I think this is going to be our enhanced potential. Oklahoma. Looking a little spicy on the Rufus there. Up here, central to eastern Missouri. Could get a little bit interesting. And then as well, we can push up a little bit farther off to the northeast. And, yeah, you can see we could get Illinois and maybe portions of southern Wisconsin involved. Models want to break this apart before we're there, but we'll see. And then there's our, this is our Wednesday, getting out there to the east. So we can look a little bit farther down south. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Let's look down south for Wednesday as well. Yeah, Wednesday does look like... Actually, this is something I wasn't seeing before. This is interesting, guys, Wednesday. We'll watch down here on Wednesday. This could be a Tulsa to Lubbock type of MCS moving off to the south and east. Down there, can you see that? So Wednesday could be interesting as well. Maybe we get a slight, based on that, maybe we get a slight up here. Maybe we get a slight down here as well. Nothing overly concerning as of yet. And let's check on our storms. 60 to 65 mile per hour winds. Okay. Nothing too crazy is going on out here, guys. So don't worry about that. Northwest Missouri tomorrow. Yeah, Northwest Missouri. Northwest Missouri. There's your day 2. Actually, Northwest Missouri doesn't look bad. I'm thinking of Northeast Missouri. There's flash flooding potential out here. We go into our categorical. You guys are in that marginal. This is going to be a weird transition from night into day. So we got to watch early in the morning for Northwest Missouri. Early in the morning into the very early hours of the afternoon. This is probably going to be like a 9 a.m. to 12 type of event for the Northwest of Missouri. It doesn't look too bad right now. Southwest Iowa. Yeah, again, I mean, we can just pull this up real quick. Southwest is looking much better than Southeast, I can tell you that. So, I think you're likely to get some strong thunder showers. Maybe some strong winds as well is going to be the biggest threat up there.
New information. This severe thunderstorm
Let me look at our
warning has
tour
been
for tomorrow.
updated.
What do they have for our tour? Yeah, they have that out into the southeast, and I'm not surprised. Not surprised one bit. All right, let's get back to our radar.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been
I know
issued.
Evan's community hates my what is it? My updates. My alerts. How did I miss 2 whole months? Wait, what are we talking about? He falls asleep to the sound of Evan going over a weather forecast. Hey, we all have that person. Everyone's just talking to each other in YouTube chat. Can you take some soundings? Out of where? Casey, tell me where to take a sounding out of tomorrow. And I'll do it. Your wish is my command. Oh, this is so good. Oh my God, I was thirsty. Lawrence, Kansas. Let's do it. Let's do it. Why not? Where are you guys out there? What are you, just to the west of Kansas City? Oh, come on. Work with me, program. Work with me, Oh, yeah, you are. Okay. We can take a quick sound there for tomorrow. What's going on? All right. Lawrence, Kansas. You guys are right out here. Let's see. Again, like I said, I know this is weird. Look, you can see these bubbles. Yeah, this is where we're probably going to get thunderstorm activity. All right, so it's weird seeing this at like 17, 18Z. Let's pull up the SIG tour. Sometimes you can get a good sounding out of there, but it can be pretty good for timing. Let's see what's happening out here around your severe weather timing. 3,000 surface cape, not too bad. Really zero capping potential. That's also interesting. Photograph is looking pathetic, which is good. Look at your storm slinky. What is it doing? It's drunk. Southwesterly flow. I mean, that's good for storm potential. You do kind of have this southerly flow into a westerly flow over here on. Where'd I go? There we are. You know, nothing's popping off. Nothing's popping off here for me. This is looking like you could get some strong winds. I mean, I know they have the possible hazard tour. I think you're more likely to get some strong winds and maybe some small hail. Let's take a look at it. Let me take a look at the reflectivity again one more time. You see what's happening is these storms are really getting their act together just to the east of Kansas City. Now, that could change. That could change. You know, if these set up, who knows, 25 miles to the west, well, you'll probably have a pretty good, your SIG-TOR potential will shoot way up. Might look like a little bit more of an ominous sounding. My child was in the womb listening to Evan. Whoa. I mean, Evan, he probably thinks you're grandpa. I appreciate you. I don't know if that was an old gift, but whatever.
New information.
This tomorrow,
severe
yes,
thunderstorm warning
that
has been updated.
That I was talking about. Yeah. Grandpa Evan. Let me check what's going on here. Columbus, Missouri. Sure, we can talk about that. And Ravenna, Nebraska. Let me just double check, make sure we don't have any crazy storms over here. Nothing too wild's going on. Okay. We will do both of those. Yeah, Columbia, Missouri. You guys are kind of central Missouri. Yeah, you know. I mean, definitely could see interesting setup for you guys tomorrow. I mean, just first of all, let me go back to our day 2. You guys are right in the middle of that slight. I mean, you're one of the areas that I could see potentially going enhanced. May stay a little bit farther south, but I wouldn't be shocked if that was an enhanced area tomorrow. So we'll have to watch that. Going back over to pivotal. Actually, I can just go over to radar omega. That's fine. Back into our HRRR. This timing for you guys looks to be, we could get some bad thunderstorms moving in late morning, but likely your most significant storms are probably going to be pushing in closer to between 5 and 7 p.m. tomorrow. Again, this looks like a nice look. Like you can see when you see the bend. When you see the bend in this storm on the HRRR, you're going to have some strong winds associated with this. So we see supercells when we looked at it on pivotal weather. It's picking up some supercells up and down this entire boundary here. So you'll probably be in at least a 2% tour. I think this is going to be still a wind-driven enhanced risk tomorrow. Not looking too like I said, not looking too ominous though. Always got to watch out for the chance for some embedded tornadoes in a QLCS setup like this, though. Timing for tomorrow for OKC Metro. Yeah, I can. I feel like someone asked a question earlier and I forgot to look. Whatever, we'll get back to that. Yeah, OKC Metro. Right around, let's see. Okay, storms are going to be rolling into OKC Metro, according to the latest HRRR, around 4 p.m. Central. We'll just give or take an hour there. You know, and things could really go downhill as we get into, 5, 6 p.m. So, late afternoon, early evenings looking like the timing for you. Here's a lot of aunts and uncles from the Fry fam. What's going on, guys? Hey, I appreciate everyone who came over from Evan's community. Thank you, guys. Not the most active night, but that's okay. It's good. That's good. Like I said, I think that tonight and tomorrow, or tonight, it definitely had more potential. So it's good to see a little bit of a downtrend for people out here in the plains. We know what can happen in the plains in June, May and June. Hit it Shawnee around 6. At least I'll be home by then. Yeah, that's good. Maybe leave a little bit early just in case. Salina, Kansas, and then someone else asked about something else. Ravenna, Nebraska. Let me do that, then I can do Salina, Kansas. Sure. Is it Ravenna? I'm probably saying that wrong. Ravenna. Ravenna. Yeah, you know, when it's not pulling up, I'm like, I've got to be spelling it wrong. Unless it's just, unless it's just a really small town. Oh, which it is. I should have known, Nebraska. Yeah, let's take a look. Storm's moving into your area tonight. Probably within 30 minutes to an hour. Not expect it to be overly severe. You're probably likely going to get just drenched. You are in that area that we saw for excessive rainfall tonight. So flash flooding is probably your highest threat, but you could get some strong winds up there as well. Not impossible to get a tornado. You're still in that 2% tour. We haven't really seen much action up there, but I'd sleep with alerts on. Yep. Selena. I don't know why I say cities' names like that. Was it Salina, Kansas? Yeah, Salina, Kansas. Salina. Okay, here we go. Storms will be rolling through there in about 30 minutes to an hour, likely as well. And then we get these storms. We get this line setting up tomorrow. Probably the worst weather is probably going to set up right to your east. You guys may be spared tomorrow, if I'm being honest. You may be spared tomorrow. Let's take a look. I have a feeling they're setting up these boundaries just out to your east. They are. Look at that. Close. Just look at that. So close to the marginal. I'd pay attention tomorrow morning, but these are likely just going to be setting up out to your east. Yeah, OKC could get a little bit involved tomorrow. OKC, yeah, we just talked about that. We just talked about that. What did we say for tomorrow? 5, 6 p.m. We could have some bad storms rolling in. There'll be a tornado threat there. There'll be a hail threat. There'll be a wind threat. I think if we get enhanced, like I said, I think it's gonna be somewhere down here. So it's gonna be somewhere in here. So. Southwest Indiana, any risk this week? You know, we've got you might go marginal Wednesday if we get a slight up here, but not seeing anything too worrisome for you guys, if I'm being honest. I appreciate you, Houston. Does Naperville, how's Naperville, Illinois looking? Let's see, where is that? Because Illinois, depending on where that is. Yeah, again, so we'll have to see. The northern side of this tomorrow isn't looking too bad. Things can change pretty quickly. I mean, we're talking 3 to 4 Central. 3 to 4 p.m. Central tomorrow. You still got this slight way up here. I think they may, if anything, may chop that down, bring it down a little bit. But we'll see. There could be a tiny bit of wind, hail, tornado potential up here tomorrow in and around the Chicago area. As of right now, again, not looking overly concerning, but you're very close to this slight. You're very close to this slight, and a lot of times these marginals and slight expand a little bit on day ones. Or if they don't, they move around, so you'll have to pay attention to that. I'll pay attention to that. I appreciate you, Morgan. $35 miles west of Chicago. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, right there. Oh, man. Is Indianola, Iowa, going to get bad weather? Indianola. And don't worry, guys. We just have some general severe thunderstorm warnings going on right now. Only 5. Only 5. We've got 60 mile per hour, all 60 mile per hour winds to an inch or below. Hail. A bunch of these are about to expire. We might only have 3 left. Clark, Nevada, Mojave, Arizona, Grant, Garfield, and Kay, Oklahoma, and Crane, Upton, and Ector, Texas. And I was answering a question. I just forgot what it was, but I'll find it. Give me a second. Indianola, Iowa. That's right. Indianola. So one thing I actually love about doing this is I do actually discover a million towns that I never knew existed. I thought you spelled Indianapolis wrong at first, but I was like, nah, no way you spelled it that, like, you know what I mean? Like, that would have been really butchering it. Let's see. 6 a.m. things could get a little spicy out there. We'll have to see. The HRRR put some thunder showers into your area. This looks to be a little bit more serious. 9, 10, 11 in the morning. And then those storms really intensify out to your east. That is why they just have you in this marginal and not in the slight. Because it does look like the storm's intensity is going to crank up right after it moves over your region, which is good. But again, it's going to be close. So you never know. I have weather alerts on. Know what's going on in your area tomorrow morning. Get some updates. Let's see. Yeah, Leanne always correct. Yeah. Leanne knows how to say apparently every city in the country. Knows how to pronounce everything, unlike me. Is the storm going up? Well, these storms are kind of going up. They're going up and east. We've got a southwesterly flow, meaning winds coming out of the southwest. The actual jet stream, you know, our weather in the States generally moves west to east, but sometimes it can be moving in both directions. We'll have storms, you know, this trough is being ejected up to the northeast while being pulled out to the east. So, and that is what gives you bad weather, by the way, because you get some warm, moist air down here from the eastern Pacific, and then the Gulf being pulled up into this westerly flow, and you get some nice shear and you get some colliding air boundaries. That's why the U.S. sees 90% of the worst severe weather in the world, because we are geographically located in a weather enthusiast dream.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
It was just expanded. It was just extended. Any risk for severe weather this week? Yeah, like I said, let me pull this down. Like I said, we are watching, and I'll just show you this real quick. This is tomorrow. We know where our threat is tonight. I'll go back to it. This is what's going on tonight. This is tomorrow. We may end up, like I said, I'm not going to promise you anything, but we may end up getting an enhanced somewhere in this region here. I think the enhanced may be farther down here, but like if I had to put money on it, something like that. But yeah. So that's our day 2, and then this is our day 3. We could go slight here. You know, the Rufus is seeing quite the squall line, quite the like little MCS setup down here on Wednesday. SPC is not highlighting anything down there, but we'll see. The Rufus catches things sometimes, so we'll have to see what's happening out there near Lubbock, Western Texas, maybe up near the Panhandle,
A new
Central
severe
Texas,
thunderstorm warning has
Western
been issued.
Oklahoma as we get into Wednesday. Des Moines, Iowa for tomorrow. Let's take a look at you guys. Yeah, you guys are in the same position. These storms really want to... You guys are going to get heavy downpours probably tomorrow morning, but these storms really want to intensify out to your east. So you guys might luck out. Again, same thing. That's why you're on the edge of that marginal, almost not even in a categorical risk zone for tomorrow. I would definitely stay up to date tomorrow, but... just know I'm not overly concerned. But you never know. Weather's weird. So that's why they've got you in that marginal. No problem. How's Colorado doing? I heard there were 2 tornadoes. That might have been when I was off stream. Yeah, Colorado had some stuff going on. We're looking pretty good now. We've got some strong, I wouldn't say severe thunderstorms, strong thunderstorms up here. Moving directionally very weird. Look, they're just floating around, doing their own thing. You got storms moving like, this way and this way and this way. They can't make up their minds. But, yeah, nothing, no severe thunderstorm warnings out there right now. We did have this severe thunderstorm warning pushed out to the east. There we go, guys. There we go. Okay, are we starting to actually see this? Okay, here we go. Been wondering when we were going to get that severe thunderstorm warning up there in the north. So we've finally got a severe thunderstorm warning for this big cluster up here. So, again, this is mainly a wind threat. This is headed off to the east, though, towards Grand Isle, Wood River, Juniata, Lawrence. You guys know how to pronounce these things if you're there. Red Cloud, I can pronounce that. St. Paul, look at that. I'm so good at these. So good at pronouncing these. St. Paul. Again, none too much to worry about, but could get some decent wind gusts, maybe some small hail out here as well. Same thing's happening over here, central to western Oklahoma, and then down here in south central Nebraska. Or Kansas, sorry. Will it be severe for northwest Illinois tomorrow? It's possible. It's possible. I think they got you in that slight tomorrow, right? They do. So, yeah. Yeah, let's see what happens in the morning. I would definitely want to see those updates in the morning. Let's see. How is Louisville? I want it, my floor stuff want to say Louisville, but we'll call it Louisville. Since I know that's how people are called. Louisville. How's Louisville going to look this week? We don't really have too much of a threat. Severe threat for you guys. Let me take a look at what's going on with our rainfall. All right. Here's our 6 to 10 day rainfall outlook. Louisville's barely even in that slightly above rainfall. Not too bad. Let me actually push this over to daily, day 2, day 3. So this is going to be our Wednesday. Wednesday could get a little bit rainy for Louisville. Again, slight severe chance up into your northeast. Do we end up getting a marginal that includes Louisville? It's not impossible, but right now it's not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. What's going on, Caroline? What did I miss? Nothing. I've just been talking about the weather for an hour and 14 minutes, It's about it. It's about it. Let's see here. Okay. How's Streeter, Illinois looking? Okay, come on. Let's not spam. Let's not spam. Where is that? I think you guys are on the edge of that slide as well. For our day 2. Right on the edge of that. So storms do look like to kind of be losing some energy, falling apart as they push off into central to eastern Illinois, but we'll watch it closely tomorrow. Timing wise, we can take a look at that again for you out there. 2 to 5 p.m. We'll say, give or take an hour, 2 to 5 p.m.
New information. This severe
2 to 4
thunderstorm
p.m.
warning
2 to 4
has
p.m. We
been
could have some
updated.
strong storms rolling into the area. The 00ZH doesn't look too crazy for northern Illinois, but, not all models look the same. The HRRR also messes up. It is a future model. Northern Georgia. I don't think we got much going down there, northern Georgia. Not for a little bit. We do got this is the thing they they think could turn into a tropical system, by the way, I think. So this could bring a lot of rain potential into northern Georgia, but severe potential I wouldn't expect there to be much of a severe potential. We'll have to see. Late Wednesday into Thursday. but not doing too bad there. I will say we did just look at. Let's go to our day. No, here's what we looked at. Where's our WPC? WPC excessive rainfall. Oh, that's where we got it. That's our day 2 excessive rainfall. Day 3. Where was I looking at this? One second, guys. There we go. 6 to 10 day forecast for northern Georgia. Does have a decent amount of moisture into that region, so we'll have to see as we get into the weekend and then early next week. I think we could have a lot of storms rolling through that region. All right, guys. What do we got? 4 severe thunderstorm warnings. 3 look like they may expire. And we got this bad boy that was just put in. That's probably going to stick around for a little bit based on the look of the radar. This is up here in south central Nebraska. Moving off to the east. I gotta wake up. Wake up. I gotta do a little bit of a stretch. I may get off here in a little bit. I'm actually the only way I can get my videos out early is if I wake up before my son. My son wakes up at like 6:37, so I've got to get up at like 4 a.m. tomorrow to update my Discord and film my video, edit my video, post my video. So then I can let him harass me for 3 hours after he wakes up. You know what I mean? So I'll probably be on here another like 10, 15 minutes, answer some questions, and then hop off so I can get an early start. And I want you guys to be able to wake up and be like, oh look, Connor's already posted. Here's what's going on today. You know what I mean? I don't like posting late. All right, quick stretch though. Quick stretch break. Oh my gosh, my back just cracked so much. It scared me. I don't know if you guys could hear that. Oh. Oh. What about Mexico, Missouri? Mexico or Missouri? I'm just kidding. Mexico, Missouri. All right, let's see. For tomorrow? Mexico, Missouri for tomorrow. Let's take a look. Where is that? Okay, I'm just gonna take a guess. Ready? I'm just gonna take a guess at where it is in Missouri. Here. That's my guess. Let's see. Was I way off? Come on, baby. Oh! Oh! No one's impressed? I knew it. You know why I knew it? Because 99% of the time people ask me about Missouri, they're somewhere here. So I knew I had a 50-50 chance to pick the circle over here or the circle over here. I'm just going to be honest. I was right on it. I promise you I did not know where Mexico, Missouri was. I know where a lot of people, if I stream, it's usually up here. So I knew I had a 50% chance of picking the left or the right side. That's funny. Anyways, yeah, Mexico, Missouri. Sorry. Yeah, possibly some strong thunderstorms moving in tomorrow afternoon, late into the morning, early afternoon. And then we could definitely see potentially your highest severe threat, strong winds, hail, and maybe a little bit of a tornado threat around 6 p.m. Central. We'll say 5 to 7 p.m. Central, give or take it out. You know how these storms work.
This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
I don't think you guys would be upgraded to an enhanced there. It's not impossible. You guys are in that slight. But could get a little dicey late in the afternoon, early evening. A little dicey. Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah, you know, again, these storms want to really, really get their act together out east of Omaha. I'm not overly concerned. You guys will get a lot of rain though. Thunder showers. Wait. What happened to? Okay, there we go. Please tell me I won't be woken up with hail pounding on my window in Omaha. I don't think so. I don't really see that happening in Omaha. Not impossible, but I don't think so. Not with the setup we have right now. Okay, someone just asked about Grand Isle. Yeah. You guys are in a severe thunderstorm warning right now. 60-mile-per-hour winds, inch hail. It's going to get windy. Maybe some small hail is going to move through, but not, again, this is what I call a general thunderstorm warning. Like a general severe thunderstorm warning, so kind of the lowest tier. So don't freak out or anything. You know, this is probably just some strong gusts and the potential for some small hail as we see it right now. Let's take a look at the velocities. Yeah. Yeah. Hail in Kozad. You guys are on the back end of this stuff. You're probably not going to get any hail out there. Strongest instability is out east. You're getting some rain cooled air now as well, so your atmosphere should be, you know, stabilizing. Chicago time, I think you said 4. Let's check. Yeah. 4 p.m. Central Time, give or take an hour. Correcto mundo. Wichita, Kansas. Skirt. Let's pull down here. Wichita. These storms could be rolling through your area. Yeah, 30 minutes maybe. And then tomorrow, here we go. Maybe another severe line of severe storms pushing through it around, we'll say, 11 central-ish, give or take an hour. And again, you guys are right off of the slight because at least the HRRR thinks that these storms are going to begin to intensify and consolidate just off to your east. So that would be fantastic for you, but it's going to be a close call. Minneapolis rain. Let me take a look at that. Let's look at our outlook. Let's go back to our... Okay, I'm still learning weather-wise a little bit where it is on here. And it does have a nice look to it, though. I will say that. Climate, daily precipitation. Hey, Melissa subbed. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right, here we go. So this is our day 1. You're going to get a little bit more rain tonight. Nothing too crazy looking. Into our day 2, you're looking dry. Into our day 3, Wednesday, you're looking dry. Thursday, we might get a little bit more rain entering central to southern Minnesota, though, based on the look of it. Not an overwhelming amount of rain for central to southern Minnesota. South Fort Worth looking into later tonight. Sure, let's take a look at this. Sure. Here we go. Man, those storms want to break up right before they go through. Nothing too bad. I will say Dallas Fort Worth, though, going into what looks like around 1 a.m. Wednesday morning.
New information.
Spisometers at about a 6 out of 10.
Has been updated.
So yeah, spisometers at about a 6 out of 10, I'd say. We'll watch it then. No problem, Amanda. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Hey, listen, anyone on TikTok, if you haven't subbed on YouTube, if you do like what I do, I make posts every day and I stream every day as well. I'm going to be slowly converting over to full-time YouTube. I have to be careful saying that because I've been talking too much crap about TikTok because of the struggles I mean, TikTok's done great things for me. I've built a big community, a lot of followers. I've, been able to make some money to support doing this, but there's just YouTube is a lot more, in my opinion, streamer friendly, content creator friendly. So that's kind of where I'm going to be headed. I'm not going to be off TikTok for quite a while. I may always be kind of dual streaming, posting on there. We'll see, but Yeah, yep. Sub on, remember on YouTube, sub on TikTok, you get access to the Discord. That's correct. It's getting bad, Amanda, where you are. Oh, are you talking about TikTok? Yeah, I'm not a fan. Why is my power going out when it literally never does and I'm in Minnesota right now? What's going on up in Minnesota? Weird. You got a little bit of bad weather in southwestern Minnesota. Thunder showers maybe, but not much. Do you have some gusty conditions up there? What are can I pull up? Actually, I can probably pull up winds on. I can pull up winds. I'm gonna pull up our mesoscale analysis. Let's take a look at that. Where do I want to go for a mesoscale analysis? I know where I want to go. We'll go right here. Let's take a look at this. Ching. What are our winds doing up there? Not looking too crazy. Interesting. You can see where our winds are on here. Where'd my pen go? Hello, pen. Nice to see you. Strong winds through here. Lots of shear through here. The winds actually aren't that strong though. This is where we've got some of our strongest winds tonight. Not too bad out here in western Minnesota probably as well, but yeah, western Minnesota's got some good winds. Eastern doesn't look too bad. Not too bad. I could probably just pull that up on Windy and Sheet, but that's fine. We'll do it old school way. Windy and rain in Jackson. Super windy earlier, but calm down.
Thunderstorm
A lot
warning
of the
has
rain.
been issued.
Why is it right above me? I can't answer that question. Minnesota reporting over 1,600 without power. Blondie, look at you. Look at that. Amanda, Elise, Steve Bald, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for those gifts. Look at this little 10% out here. There's our possible tropical system. I promise you guys, even if this thing does get itself together, it's likely going to get sheared to pieces. I promise you. We've got our shortwave trough ejecting out to the east. We've got this larger, our jet stream moving out east. It's going to be diving a little bit farther down to the south. I don't think this thing survives. I don't. I'm not concerned. I wouldn't even give it a 10%. I'd give it a 2% chance of development. It could develop, but it would fall apart quick. Wishing Evan sweet dreams. Evan is an old man. He must rest. What does that make me? Okay. Guys, I might hop off here. Not a ton going on, which is great. We have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. Just your average 60 mile per hour here. Let's look at our velocities. I want to make sure we don't got anything spinning down here. I don't think we do. Down here in Texas, moving up to the northeast towards Midkiff, Odessa. And then we've got this up here moving out to the east. Grand Island looks like a pretty big city. Likely just some gusty conditions. Power outages possible. Small hail. Some branches. Stuff like that. So if you're inside, you should be fine. Pay attention to alerts. Sometimes you can get a tornado embedded in this. It's not looking too bad, though, so I wouldn't worry. Let's take a look. Definitely some gusty conditions. You can see right here. So definitely some gusty conditions for sure in here. But not too bad. That's really all we're worrying about right now. 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. So I want to be up early. I want to post an update tomorrow by like 6 a.m. I'm going to challenge myself to do that because I just have a feeling we could get a decent upgrade tomorrow. We'll see. I hope not. But we've been seeing a lot of downtrends, Dave, or a lot of kind of duds, and that usually run out of luck eventually. So we'll see. Ryan Hall ain't streaming. I ain't scared. I know, right? True. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everyone who of course, everyone on TikTok, all my 60 new followers on TikTok. And anyone who gifted, anyone's in the stream, I appreciate the new subs on YouTube. I'm super excited to be, working with Evan on and off here moving forward. It's freaking awesome. So that's exciting. I'm going to hop off here. Everyone have a fantastic night. Like I said, I'm sure Evan's going to be getting his post out tomorrow, sometime tomorrow morning. So will I, and we'll see. We'll likely both be streaming, depending on how it looks. We'll see. I may hop in Evan's stream for a little bit. So, but I will get this video out early. I appreciate you guys. Everyone have a fantastic night. And for the Climate Crew, I'll be in and out of Discord here for a little bit. So if you have any questions, all right. See you guys. I appreciate you. Night.